Is that Nick Diaz? A video surfaces, blurry and chaotic, yet impossible to ignore. The grainy footage appears to show the UFC star, lighter in hand, igniting a pile of debris on a darkened street. The flames dance wildly, casting an eerie glow on the scene. Questions erupt like the fire itself. Is it really him? What could have led to this? The internet explodes, a maelstrom of speculation and debate. The video spreads like wildfire, fanning the flames of intrigue. Social media becomes a battleground of opinions. Some fans express concern, worried about the well-being of the fighter they idolize. Others cry foul, dismissing the footage as a hoax, a cruel trick of the light and shadows. The lack of clarity only fuels the firestorm. The video's authenticity remains unconfirmed, leaving everyone to grapple with their own interpretations. The incident, real or imagined, casts a long shadow over Diaz's impending return to the octagon. It's a stark reminder of the enigma that is Nick Diaz, a fighter who thrives on chaos and defies easy categorization. Nick Diaz. The name alone evokes a potent cocktail of admiration and apprehension. Hailing from the rough streets of Stockton, California, Diaz built his reputation on grit, raw talent, and an unapologetic middle finger to convention. From his early days in the WEC to his reign in Strikeforce and his explosive arrival in the UFC, Diaz has always walked a path carved by his own rules. His fighting style, a relentless torrent of punches and taunts, mirrors his personality, unpredictable, aggressive, and undeniably captivating. Inside the cage, he is a force of nature, a brawler with surprising technical prowess. Outside the cage, he is an enigma, a complex individual who often seems at odds with the world around him. Diaz's career has been a tapestry woven with brilliance and controversy. He is as renowned for his epic battles with MMA legends like Robbie Lawler, BJ Penn, and Anderson Silva, as he is for his clashes with authority and his outspoken nature. He has never shied away from speaking his mind, often criticizing opponents, promotions, and the sports establishment with equal fervor. This outspokenness, while endearing him to some, has also landed him in hot water. Suspensions, fines, and a healthy dose of public scrutiny have been constant companions on his journey. Yet, through it all, Diaz has remained unyielding, a defiant figure, unwilling to compromise his principles or his authentic self. After a string of controversial incidents and a self-imposed exile from the sport, Diaz stepped away from the octagon in 2015. The fire that burned so brightly seemed to dim, leaving many wondering if they had seen the last of the Stockton slugger. The years passed, filled with whispers and rumors, sightings of Diaz training, hints of a comeback, and the ever-present longing of his loyal fan base kept the embers of hope alive. Then in 2021, the news broke. Diaz was back.
Diaz is back, we are fighting again, and everyone's on notice.
Diaz's return fight was a hard-fought battle, but it ended in defeat, yet the fire was reignited. He had stared down his demons, conquered his doubts, and stepped back into the arena that had made him a legend. Now, with UFC 310 looming on the horizon, the MMA world holds its breath. The recent incident, shrouded in mystery, adds a layer of intrigue to an already anticipated event. Will Diaz silence his doubters and reclaim his place among the elite? Or will the flames of controversy consume the final chapter of his storied career? Diaz's struggles outside the cage are well documented. From his early days in Stockton, California, to his rise in the world of mixed martial arts, Nick Diaz has faced numerous challenges that go beyond the physical battles in the octagon. He has publicly discussed his battles with anxiety, depression, and the pressures of fame. These mental health issues have often overshadowed his career, making his journey even more arduous. Diaz's candidness about his struggles has opened up important conversations about mental health in the sports community. His outspokenness about mental health has resonated with fans who see him as more than just a fighter. They see a human being who, despite his tough exterior, is vulnerable and relatable. This connection has garnered him a loyal fan base that supports him through thick and thin. Some speculate that the recent incident, if true, could be a cry for help, a manifestation of inner turmoil. The pressures of maintaining a public persona while dealing with personal issues can be overwhelming. For Diaz, these moments of vulnerability are a stark reminder of the battles he fights away from the spotlight. Others believe it's simply another example of Diaz's unorthodox approach to life, a reminder that he will always forge his own path. Consequences be damned. His rebellious nature and refusal to conform have made him a polarizing figure, but also one that is deeply respected for his authenticity. Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain. Behind the tough exterior, behind the trash talk and bravado, lies a complex individual grappling with his own demons. His journey is a testament to the fact that even the strongest among us have their own battles to fight. Diaz's story is not just about victories and defeats in the ring, but about the human spirit's resilience in the face of adversity. Nick Diaz is a walking contradiction, a puzzle that refuses to be solved. He is a man of many layers, each one more complex than the last. To some, he is a hero, a warrior who fights with unparalleled passion. To others, he is an enigma, a man whose actions and words often defy logic. He is both revered and reviled, loved and misunderstood. His fans see him as a symbol of authenticity in a world full of pretense, while his critics view him as a troublemaker, a man who thrives on controversy. The truth, as always, lies somewhere in between. He is a fighter who embraces chaos, a rebel who challenges authority, a man comfortable in his own skin no matter how uncomfortable it makes others. His fights are not just physical battles, but psychological wars, where he seeks to break his opponents mentally as well as physically. He is a product of his environment, shaped by the harsh realities of Stockton and the unforgiving world of professional fighting. Growing up in a tough neighborhood, he learned early on that survival requires both strength and cunning. These lessons have served him well in the octagon. He is a fighter who wears his heart on his sleeve, his emotions etched on his face for the world to see. Whether he is celebrating a victory or lamenting a loss, there is no hiding what he feels. This raw honesty is part of what makes him so compelling to watch. Trying to understand Nick Diaz is like trying to bottle lightning, an exercise in futility. His unpredictability is both his greatest strength and his most significant weakness. Just when you think you have him figured out, he does something that leaves you questioning everything you thought you knew. He is a force of nature, best observed from a safe distance, admired for his raw power and unpredictable beauty. Like a storm, he can be both awe-inspiring and terrifying, a reminder of the untamed forces that exist within us all. In the end, Nick Diaz remains an enigma, a man who defies easy categorization, a myth that continues to captivate and confound. Future burns bright. As UFC 310 draws closer, the questions surrounding Nick Diaz continue to swirl. Fans and analysts alike are buzzing with speculation. Will he be able to reclaim his former glory, or will the weight of expectations prove too much for him to bear? The anticipation is palpable, and the stakes have never been higher. Will he show up ready to fight, or will he succumb to the pressures that have plagued him in the past? Diaz has always been a fighter who wears his heart on his sleeve, and his journey has been anything but smooth. His battles inside the octagon are legendary, but his struggles outside of it have been equally compelling. The mental and emotional toll of being in the spotlight has often cast a shadow over his career. The answer, like so much else about Diaz, remains shrouded in mystery. His enigmatic nature only adds to the intrigue. Will he find the inner strength to rise above his challenges, or will the ghosts of his past continue to haunt him? The uncertainty surrounding his future makes this upcoming fight one of the most anticipated events in recent memory. One thing is certain, the world will be watching, eager to witness the next chapter in the saga of one of MMA's most enigmatic figures. The fans' unwavering support and the electric atmosphere of the arena will undoubtedly fuel his performance. Every punch, every move will be scrutinized by millions around the globe, all hoping to see a glimpse of the Nick Diaz they have come to admire. Whether he goes out in a blaze of glory or fades into the night, Nick Diaz will forever be remembered as a fighter who lived life on his own terms, a true original in a sport increasingly defined by conformity. His legacy is not just about his victories or defeats, but about his relentless spirit and refusal to be anything other than himself. He has inspired countless fighters and fans with his authenticity and passion. The fire within him may flicker, but it will never truly be extinguished. As long as there are fighters who dare to be different, who fight not just for glory but for something deeper, the spirit of Nick Diaz will continue to burn bright. His story is a testament to the power of perseverance and the enduring allure of the underdog.